check and get everything set up here. Oh. Just give it a minute. We're gonna... Oh, that's important. Okay, you know what? Maybe we can look at this. Where's my Brave browser? We'll talk about this before our stream starts. Yeah. I have to make sure that the stream link goes out to all the places it needs to go to. Okay, so there's that. Where the hell is my Twitch link? Am I live in here? Why does it not look like I'm live? Oh wait, no. I think. Yeah, no, we are. Okay, good, excellent. Where is it? Alright, cool. It's been a while since I did this. So let's... Alright, cool. It's been a while since I did this. Alright, cool. It's been a while since I did this. Excellent. Alright, oh, man. Yeah, I might have had the stream audio coming through a second time. I am 5. Give me 1 sec. I'm just trying to get everything set up here. Okay, cool. We'll give it a minute or so and then we will get into this. I believe everything at this point should be working. Hello. Got my coffee. Yeah, this was something Nikachu said a while ago. If you're gonna play Magic, you should probably take advantage of the fact that performance-enhancing drugs are okay as long as they're caffeine. Oh well, that works perfectly then. Yeah, I'm off today for the 4th of July weekend, so we're doing it for my place is giving us off Friday instead of Monday, so. So yeah, actually I just saw this. I wanted to look at it. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in that part. Where is... Here we go. Yeah, they're not working on Pioneer Masters for Arena for a while. So even though we were supposed to get Pioneer Masters like last year, and it's 7 months into this year, apparently we're still not getting Pioneer Masters, so it's going to be at least another year off. They're just basically giving up on Pioneer for probably the foreseeable future and just focusing their efforts on Historic. So it's kind of disappointing because I actually kind of liked Pioneer, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, so. Alright, once we have to figure out what we're going to play today, so I actually have a couple options here. Let's go. Sorry, Italy is going to play in a couple hours. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll have good luck tonight then. I need to figure out what we're going to play today. I have this option of this nice mono blue list that's very land disrupty with like 8 seas effects in it. There's this list that's a blue-white list that is very similar to what Bishark was talking about yesterday. Using Prismatic Ending, I actually think this card could be very good in this deck. Oh shit, the stream is wrong. So yeah, I gotta change the name of it. See, this is why I'm not a Twitch person. I stream so infrequently that I totally forget these things. And I'm gonna be streaming some Final Fantasy V tomorrow because we're starting the 4-job fiesta. But let me fix this stream title quick. Maybe that's why people aren't showing up. So yeah, Merfolk in Modern. There we go. Okay, much better. Alright, that should work. Yeah, so the idea is that blue-white, we're not even going to play like any of the other, like, you know, Unsettled Mariner or any of that nonsense. This would just be for like Prismatic Ending because this is one of the most powerful removal spells in Modern right now. And if you play this Triome in your deck, guess what? You can get this up to X equals 3, which means you can exile things like Ensnaring Bridge. So this is a bridge answer, but it's also an answer to stuff like the red-blue Delver deck, which has lots of 1 and 2s. So I don't know. Like Chalice like seems like it's pretty good against certain decks. But I noticed like the Ponza deck has gone back. They're playing a lot of 1-drops now that they have like Ragavan in their deck. They're on like Ragavan, the Utopia Sprawl, the Arbor Elf, and Bolt. So they have like a good 16 to 20 cards that this nails in it, which is surprising because that was like a ramp deck and they're still playing lots of 1s. The format, I think, there's a lot of stuff that this is relevant against. It's really good against the Delver deck. You put it on 0 or 1 against a lot of the artifact decks, it's also really good. So like any of the food decks, I think it's fine. But I really like this blue-white list because it doesn't have the problem I had with the Delver, or I mean the Is It list, where you want to put like Chalice on 1, but then you turn off your own lightning bolts. So yes, but this way, like, okay, you can pay more than you need to for X. So like, yeah, you can, you know, pay like 2 mana for X if you want to exile something like a Delver of Secrets or a Dragon Rage Channeler, and you still have your Chalice on 1. So it actually, the plan is a lot more. How do I say? You're not like non-bowing yourself with your removal and your Chalice against those kind of decks. Same thing against like Asmora. You can exile her and still keep this on 1 if you want. So I don't know. This list actually looks pretty good to me. You have to play like 4 fetches so that way you can get your Triome and have some basics still. Whereas like the Is It list that we would be looking at is for kind of that reason, like you can't really play like Chalice and Bolt main deck together. They're not very good together. But in certain matches, like Chalice is just powerful enough that you probably want it anyway. But I had tried this last week, and I think this list, like, you could definitely play it Is It lists. Can I say the whole name? Fuck. I don't even remember how to. I will try. I will give it my best try. Okay. I have it on my phone here. Asmorano Mardic. No, why did you do that? Damn, I was reading it and then like the page moved on me. Alright, we're gonna try this. Asmorana Mardic Cadet Dice Tenacula Cool Dakar. I just really I can't. I would have to actually practice it for a while because you have to like get it down to like 4 separate words, and once you like learn it by doing 4 different words, then it's easier. But like I don't have them in front of me to do it that way. So, and then there's also like the Simic lists, which Nikachu played these a bunch, and I don't know what it is, but like I have no fucking luck with Simic at all. Every time that I go to play a Simic list, it just does not do what I need it to do. I don't know why. I mean, one of the reasons I would want to play Simic is that I have an answer to something like, you know, Stoneforge Mystic decks, but it's actually kind of hard to have enough green sources to play stuff like Return to Nature and not get totally decimated by things like Blood Moon. So at that point, like, yeah, I don't know. It's rough. You gain against one, you lose against another, which is rough. And you have to, like, yeah, that Simic doesn't have good removal on its main deck, so yeah. All right, let me try Asmorano, Mardik. What is it? Mardikadistina, Kuldakar. Okay, Asmorano, Mardikadistina, Kuldakar. I don't know. I tried. I would have to practice that way more. I'm not gonna be able to do it today, probably. But yeah, no. Dismember and like the Waterlogged Groves together always like really make this kind of painful. So, I mean, the advantage that this list has over the other ones, I think, is that Commander Speaker is still probably the best thing for us to be playing on turn 1 besides Aether Vial. Whereas, like, a lot of times, if you can wait to play Tide Shaper, you might want to, but if it's, like, the only one drop in your hand, I guess you kind of have to play it, so. But I think Commander Speaker just being a really, really good one drop to, you know, supplement the rest of this deck, and, like, being really low to the ground, probably it works for it, kind of, but I have not had luck with it, so maybe it just needs to have, like, repeals or something instead. It's possible. But I kind of think that we should play this blue-white list. I want to try it because I think Prismatic Ending is a really cool card. Sorry, here we go. I'll do lock my chair in because this chair squeaks a lot. I did watch a little bit of your stream yesterday, Tux. You were playing like physical paper with your housemate. That was kind of cool. I didn't get to say much because I didn't have a whole lot of time, but yeah, that was neat. I snuck in for a few minutes, but I'm leaning towards trying this today. And then it has a bunch of really cool sideboard options, like Stony Silence and Cursed Totem. Both are like really good cards against a lot of like the Urza decks. Cursed Totem, I think this card is actually really, really good. It turns off like so much stuff that's a problem for us, and it turns off mana abilities of creatures. That's really important. So stuff like Urza, now they don't have a bunch of Mox Sapphires anymore. Yeah, and it turns off Asmo, so it can't kill off all your creatures. And then if you can like jam both of these things together, like you turn off like Engineered Explosives, this turns off Emery, like you leave them with actually relatively few options to deal with your stuff. So both really strong in this sideboard, I think. Yeah, the Rest in Peace can also what is it? It stops stuff like the what is the troll version, like, yeah, because they're never going to be able to like get it in the graveyard. It doesn't. I don't think it matters like the cookbook, right? Yeah, it gets rid of the Oval Chase Devil. That's true. So, but they'll still get a food token for every 2 things they discard. So, Rest in Peace on its own is not that big a deal. Because they can still just basically trade like 2 cards in their hand for like 1 of yours on the board. So there is that to it. But you're right, it does stop the Oval Chase Devil, and in the food versions it stops them from getting the Troll King back if they're still playing it, which I don't even know if they still are, to be honest. Yeah, but I think overall I like this, and we have some extra beef in the sideboard if we're up against, you know, a deck where like maybe Prowess we might want Master, and I don't know if I don't really care for Force that much against the Prowess decks. I think Master is probably a little bit better, especially if you already have Chalice. Like, that's fine. Or like this Master is also pretty good against like the Delver decks too. So, all right, I unless the chat has any strong opinions otherwise, I think we're gonna go with this blue-white one because you've seen the other options to the point. So. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm interested to see if this Triome is actually like as good as I think it will be with these Flooded Strands. So, all right, let's do that. I don't think I want to make any changes to this. Like, it looks fine. We probably have enough stuff here. Where is it? League. Where is it? Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's get our match in. Let's go. I gotta say, like, for the Forgotten Realms cards, I've really enjoyed a lot of the spoilers for that set. The flavor is just, like, perfectly nailed onto it, and I think the mechanics are fun. Not necessarily, like, gonna break anything, but that's okay. I'm good with the format not being broken in half for a change, so at least that's what I'm hoping. The mechanics look like they're mostly fun. There's still like a couple cards that I've saw that are like actually kind of strong, like the Guardian of Fate that was just previewed. Make, you know, an instant speed kind of ghost way on a creature. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I think we're gonna finish 5 matches before next week. So pretty sure we can manage that. Why is it taking so long? We have almost, what, 1,700 players in here? It should not be, like, taking this long to find a match. Now, anytime now? Yeah, no, forever queue. The one day, it was like 5 minutes, and I was just, like, just beside myself. Like, how is it taking, like, 5 minutes to find one match in Modern? That's ridiculous. Oh, there we go. Right on 2 minutes here. Alright, let's join this match. Anti-collusion message? Okay, that might make sense. They did have a problem with that, especially in Pauper for a little while. Alright, so I don't know how to feel about this hand. Like, we have some good interactive cards here, but we don't like have any creatures that can actually like win the game. We have a Merfolk Trickster that maybe gets pitched to a Force of Negation, but we do have Prismatic Ending, so I don't know, this against certain decks this might be really good, but I don't know if this is enough. Mulligan to 6 cards. We get land, like if we draw a bunch of gas, then that's really good, but if we just draw like more lands, we're definitely losing this game. Okay. Alright, chat, what do you think? Would you keep this? Because this seems like really kind of iffy to me. I mean, I could see worlds where this works, and I don't think keep. I mean, yeah, I guess if the Chalice turns out to be good, and maybe the Prismatic Ending turns out to be good, this hand could be really good. We'll try it. Fuck it. Yeah, if that's true. If we can get Chalice on 2, it might actually be really strong, so. And if, yeah, then if he plays a creature, then we can potentially just Prismatic Ending it. And I could actually get the Triome right away in turn 1 with this Flooded Strand, and then just, like, have this up. If this is up against Storm, then yeah, Chalice and 2 is like insanely good against that, so Alright, we'll see. Misty Rainforest. Well, that might change things a little bit. We probably need to go Seachrome Coast so we can play this. But doesn't he play Storm the way that doesn't have fetch lands in it? Or does that version now have fetches in it? I'm trying to remember. So I think a lot of Misty Rainforest decks might be some kind of combo with either Glimpse or Crash of Rhinos. Okay. Fuck. That is not what I needed to have happen there. Alright, Yeah, alright. I don't think Storm is playing a Hallowed Fountain in it, so this makes me think that it might not be Storm. And I'm not super familiar with all like the new versions of these combo decks, but I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play the Flooded Strand and pass here until I have some better idea of what I'm doing with this Chalice. Stomping Ground. Is this the Domain deck? No, I feel like if it was the Domain deck, wouldn't you get a Triome there? Or I guess if you have 3 fetches, it doesn't really matter, but... No, what's going on? I feel like Shardless Agent is something that could definitely happen this turn. It might be that Glimpse card. No, he's... So what are we doing here? So, Tireless Provisioner. Okay. I feel like this is the deck that plays Glimpse. I think that's what this is for. Right? So I think this might be on 0, because the way that deck works, they just want to put a bunch of permanents in play and then just try to like shuffle out a bunch of random nonsense. Alright, we'll get this thing. Because then I can actually just Prismatic Ending this and play Chalice on 0. That's actually pretty good. Alright. I guess let's lead with this. Alright. Have a good day, M5. But I think if this is the Glimpse deck, then that Chalice is probably going to be really good. And I'm probably just going to try not to tap out with this Force now. Yeah, oh yeah, the Colony Garden, it definitely is Glimpse. Okay, I know this 100% now. That's why they're playing this card in their deck. Play the Silvergill. See if we can draw more gas. Well, that's good, but if they have, like, an answer to this Chalice, like, I still can't play the second one yet. I guess I'm just attacking here. Okay. He takes it, so I think he has a plan. Omnath. Ooh, well, I'm not really happy to see Omnath. I think here I just need to tap down Omnath. And, well, okay, does that work? I was gonna make like a bajillion mana next turn. Maybe what I need to do is actually wait until it's upkeep and then Trickster this thing so he doesn't get like 10 mana in one turn. So you can actually start hard casting scary things that way. And this is out of range of my Prismatic Ending. Yeah, I don't think attacking here is really going to make a difference. Well, so I guess we need to get some Island Walk online quickly so we can kill him before starts making a bajillion mana and just casting scary nonsense. Okay, well, it's not actually getting anything with that, so... But yeah, this is really cool because it can actually flash back the Glimpse of Tomorrow. But we're still stuck in the same position where we need to draw Why? This is exactly what I was afraid was going to happen. Alright, yeah, I think we are fucked. I can't really attack here. And these forces are just, like, useless at this point. Drew too much air. Yep. Man. Just, we can't really outrace this life gain and all of this, yeah. Not only that, it's like yeah, we have 3 forces and 2 chalices, like, it's way too much. Yeah, no, they can. Well, the thing is, like, with Omnath, they have, like, 10 mana on a turn now, so this card actually makes a whole lot of sense here. And they don't even need to cast Glimpse at this point. They can just go for it. If we had drawn a Lord earlier in this game, like, maybe there was a chance, but, like, we're trying to outrace them having, like, you know, a bajillion mana and gaining 4 life a turn. And having, like, a ridiculously wide board, so I think that's a little bit too much. Jeez, yeah, I can't do anything about this. We are very, very close to the just right-click concede game 1 position. Yeah, this is a little bit too little too late because now we're at 10 and they're attacking, you know, 8, 10, 11, 12, 15 damage. Like, there's not a way to get back in here. Alright, we're dead. Unfortunate, but that happens sometimes. Hey, Doc. How the hell do we sideboard against this deck? I feel like Counterspell and Chalice probably are good. I don't actually feel like Force is all that impressive, to be honest. Like, really, the only thing that Force is hitting is, like, that Glimpse for the most part. They just do have a lot of, like, value creatures. The Prismatic Ending is like, okay, but it's not anything spectacular either. Maybe we just get rid of Ending. there's not a whole lot of like activated abilities I care about too much. Master waves matter? Like, I guess it's fine, but it seems like it. I don't know if I want the game to go that long. I think we just have to like kind of do what we were doing, but then not draw a bunch of dead cards. Just play like the counterspells hitting the creatures is at least nice. But if we just have like Chalice and Force, we can stop them from using the combo, I guess. And hopefully we can just draw a bunch of lords and just push our way through, because they do have a lot of, they give us island lock pretty easily. That's my plan. I don't think it should be that bad of a match. I am going to keep this. I have Vial, Chalice, and then a curve, so that seems pretty good. Okay. Yeah. If we just draw a land, then we'll curve out perfectly. That's the hope. But there's also a good chance we might need to tick Vial up to 3. Damn it, why does OBS keeps like... It looks like we keep going from like green to red in the stream. Is it lagging at all? Oh. Alright, tick it up. Yeah. Land? Come on, please. Just yes, okay. So we can play our Silvergill Adept here. Guess I'm gonna reveal... What's the thing I'm more likely to want to play right away? Probably Svyelun. Okay, draw a card. That's very good. Okay, so hopefully this just means they're not going to do anything right now. Well, he's smart to not crack these right now, because definitely not giving us island walk right away, and it keeps this thing smaller. We tick this up. If we can draw a land, that would be fantastic. Oh, that's beautiful. I think... Alright, so if I play Reejerey, I get an extra 2 damage in here, so we're definitely playing the Master. So what are we attacking for 5? Is attacking for 7 versus 5 worth it? I think the Svyelun's probably worth more rate, because then next turn this will get to attack for 5, so... But it also draws us a card, so it might draw us another Lord. Alright. The only thing we have to be, I guess we have to be concerned if they have something like Petty Theft, that they're going to try to bounce this Chalice and go off. I guess maybe I could have played this first just for the ward. It might have actually been better. Alright. Okay, this is going to be 4, 7, 10. Yeah, so we should be killing them next turn if they don't do anything. Okay, well, they have to do something or they're gonna die, so. We have 12 damage in play right now. They didn't get rid of the Chalice, which means they really can't Glimpse here. Even if they went like Shardless Agent, like praying is not a strategy in this on this turn, so don't know what can actually get them out. Maybe if they have a sweeper like Anger or something that can keep them alive. So I think that pretty much has to be exactly that, and I don't know if they're playing any of those in this list or not. Well, now he's trying to figure out what his outs are, so. Fury. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Maybe that was a reason to... Well, I guess, like, if they kill Master and, like, something else, it's not that big a deal. So we still get to keep Svyelun at least, so it's fine. They're gonna... Yeah, like, it's gonna cost them 2 cards and their whole... Like, basically their whole turn did not die, so... Fury's a good one. Is he gonna double Fury me? Oh fuck! That would actually hurt a lot. He could actually like get rid of 2 more cards and just Fury this thing now. Let's hope that that's not a thing. I mean, it has to be. Like, why else would you put? I guess the extra damage didn't matter otherwise. So, but yeah, I don't know if it would have made any difference. You can't kill both of these. You can only kill one of them. No, he's gonna do it. Alright, he pitched basically his whole hand. He's getting rid of the... He has to get rid of the Svyelun. So you can't kill both of them. Alright. Why would you target the Tide Shaper? That was a punt. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you had to just kill Svyelun there. You can't target the Tide Shaper because Ward is still a thing. Alright. Well, we definitely got a win there that I don't know if we really deserve, but shame concede. Do I change anything now? Like, I know he's on Fury. I still have Counterspell, but like, maybe this does make me more likely to want Master of Waves. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. This is still pretty slow. Let's see, if I bring in Master, like, what am I taking out? So I think I just need to keep the Chalice. Like, maybe I don't need all the forces here. This having protection from Fury is actually pretty relevant. But it's 4 mana, like it is really high in the curve, and I don't know. That's hard to say. Staying aggressive might just be a good plan here. I don't think any of the rest of these cards are going to help us at all, so... Alright, well... I think we'll we'll bring in some Master Waves. So I'm just trying to think, like, the Force might not hit very much in this deck besides the Glimpse, and we already have the Chalices to deal with it. And they've seen us play Chalice each game so far, so it might not be the strategy they rely on to try to turbo that thing out. I think we're gonna... I think we keep this. We don't have any interaction, but I mean, I think like it's fine. It's pretty aggressive at least, so we kept 7 cards in hand. I guess I'm keeping this, and I guess we just want to draw Chalice. It's not terrible. I guess I'm just gonna Tide Shaper this forest. Hope that that's enough. You didn't get another, you didn't play another land, so maybe this is okay. Alright. We'll put the other Tide Shaper in, but I might not commit anything else at the moment. I just need to start trying to deal damage. Can potentially cycle this Triome and just pray to get a Force if we absolutely need it. I might actually just cycle it at the end of turn here anyway. Yeah, we gotta be careful though, because Fury can very easily just kill like both of these things. He's gonna do it. So I guess what we do here is we cycle this and try to find a Lord and just like blow him out. That's the dream. Alright, come on. Lord. For great justice. Fuck. That's, well, alright. That's good, but it's not what we need right now. Alright. So I guess what's gonna happen here? Mountain, huh? Fuck, we might be going for this. I need to like untap with this counterspell. I can't cast it right now. Alright. Okay, well, Seasoned Pyromancer's not the end of the world. Discarded Pyromancer and Tireless Provisioner. Okay. think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Trickster in play. I think I need to tick Vial up because I want to try to hold up the Counterspell. Oh, fuck. Alright, well now we have a choice. I don't want to if I play the Master right now, then I kind of get the feeling that maybe Glimpse is not a big threat at the moment. I could tap out here. That's definitely an option. Play Master and get a bunch of tokens. Go shields down here, but I think that I don't know, it doesn't seem like a really safe idea. Because yeah, I don't know. I don't feel good about that plan. I'm gonna hold this up. There's still other bad things that can happen. Whereas I can just tick Vial up to 4 next turn. Yeah, I didn't think there would be an attack here. See, now I can, anything I draw I can play like this. I would love to pay 2 life. This is working out. I'll put Master out and then I'll have like a bajillion tokens. Absolutely not. And maybe I'm supposed to put Master in play now, actually. I probably was supposed to do it on my turn while this was happening, because I don't want him to, like, have Fury and then kill my fucking Svyelun. Okay. Well, if this comes out, this is good for us. Alright. Just still have the glimpses. Holding up the counterspell turned out to be a really good idea, but now we have to try to kill him before anything bad happens, so I guess maybe if we get like a Lord or something, that could just be enough. No, he's just gonna go for it right now, so we're probably in a lot of trouble. Oh my god. Well, I think we're fucked. I did not have the resources to beat double Glimpse in this game. 1 was beatable, 2 was not. He has like a bajillion. Are we just dead from like Omnath triggers? No, if it's the 3rd time, right? So it only does this. We're only taking damage once here. Yeah, they definitely can. But the Fury is gonna probably first kill off all of my elemental tokens, I imagine. Now they put all the damage in Svyelun, that makes sense. Then that might mean that they're going to use Teferi to like bounce Master Waves, and then that Svyelun will die from the damage because it won't be indestructible anymore. So we haven't lost yet, but we are very, very far in that path. Because all of these things are going away. Teferi just bounce. They have to pay 1, bounce Master, and then yeah. I don't know what's in their hand. They could have, like, another Teferi and then, like, just actually go off again, so... Fuck this card. I hate you, Teferi. You don't belong in Magic the Gathering. I know, like, this is not the problem card in this deck, but I still hate this card, like, more than any other card in this entire game. These Glimpse decks are getting, like, out of control, though. Like, it's ridiculous, like, what these things... Banning Simian Spirit Guide does not seem like that was enough to deal with all the Cascade into zero spell nonsense stuff. But I think, yeah, we are probably dying. Like, if they just play one more thing, that should be enough to just end this. They are at 28 life, and they have, like, a bajillion power in play. Yeah, imagine if this was still around. They could actually, like, go and win on turn 1. Like, turn 1 on the draw, they just go, like... Or even on the play, they can just... Violent Outburst with Simian Spirit Guide and, like, a forest. Or 2 Spirit Guides in a forest, or if they're on the draw, they have... Gemstone Caverns plus Guide plus any lands, and like that they can cascade that way. Well, I guess it wouldn't really work on turn 1 though. Like this deck, they have to put stuff in play first for it to matter. So they might, it still might be like turn 2 or 3 depending upon what it is they have, but it still gets really dumb. So, what? Yeah, one of the other things, and I don't know if they did it this game or not, but like, I think with Violent Outburst, it's an instant, right? So you could actually evoke your, like, Furies first to put them in play, and then, like, while the evoke trigger's on the stack, then still, like, Violent Outburst to get the Glimpse, so that way you can actually shuffle the Fury away for something else. It's insane. I mean, we'll just let them enjoy their deck, so... Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting interactions this deck has. Like, anything that just puts a bunch of tokens in play. Like, yeah, like the same thing. They can do it with like this thing where if you know they evoke this thing, you know, if they have the mana, they can just evoke this. They get the 2 clue tokens from this thing. They could, yeah, before they sacrifice the elemental for the evoke, they could just glimpse it away. I think we are dead. Yeah, there is no way that we can survive that, so... Good game, yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, the Glimpse deck is, like, ridiculous. I don't know, it seems like Modern Horizons 2 has just as many ridiculous decks running around, but, like, there's a wider variety of them than the first Modern Horizons, like... After Modern Horizons 1, it was mostly just like Hogak decks and stuff, and you know, like Bridge from Below nonsense. But now we have like a fairly decent variety of like ridiculously busted nonsense. So maybe that's something. Maybe Wizards is happy with that as this. So we'll have to see. Yeah, the Chalice should give us a huge edge, but we didn't have it in that game. So and like. I don't know, the Omnath is a really good inclusion just because you saw in the first game, they didn't need to cast Glimpse to win. They could just cast Omnath, and now all of a sudden, like, you have 10 mana, and it's just, yeah, it doesn't really matter, like, if they Glimpse or not. They can just make a bajillion mana and then hardcast all that stuff, so. I guess it's okay. It's kind of cool that Goblin Dark Dwellers is finally, like, seeing play, because, like, that card... has been kind of sitting on the sidelines just waiting for like a busted deck to be put into, and it finally has one now, so I think that's kind of neat. Yeah, now normally like we should be good at policing these kind of decks, but just I think if we had Chalice, like that game probably could have been a lot different, but it is what it is. Alright, cool. There we go. Next match is up. This hand is actually pretty sketchy. Alright, so there's no guarantee that we're going to be casting these prismatic endings anytime in the near future. But we have Vial, and we have some things to put into play with it. This is really slow and clunky. Like, we are on the draw, but these cards are basically doing nothing if we don't draw a white source. And there's not a huge % chance that we're going to. So I think this is kind of... We've already sort of mulliganed to 5 because of this, so... I kind of feel like this hand is a mulligan for that reason. And, like, if we don't draw another land, we're not doing anything on turn 2 either, so that's kind of sketchy. So I'm going to mulligan it. I think this is much, much better. Yeah, this is great. So actually, like, this is actually a hard choice as to what we want to put away. We can keep a hand. We can just keep like 3 lords, or maybe just keep 2 in the Svyelun. We probably want to keep the ending, but I think what we're gonna do is we get rid of 1 Lord of Atlantis, and then we keep like the rest of these. We'll see. If they play something on turn 1, we can just Prismatic Ending it away. So maybe if it's like Dragon Rage Channeler, we'll just like say goodbye to it. Oh fuck, it's Tron. Please play like the map right now. Well, I think that fuck. Damn it, it's Tron. What do I do? This is not really the card that we want to use ending on, but at the same time, like, this doesn't do a lot. Like, it's only really maybe Ensnaring Bridge if we get to that point in the game, but I kind of feel like maybe we do want to get rid of this so that they don't just draw more cards. Because I don't know that this is going to have a lot of better targets at the moment. Because then their plan might be to go like Sylvan Scrying or Ancient Stirring, so that's actually a pretty reasonable argument. So if they don't have any green mana, then this might just screw them. At least buy us time until maybe we can find like Tide Shaper or something. Alright, well they have another Chromatic Star, so they have the Forest anyway. Well, if they're playing the Forest, then that buys us at least 1 more turn before things get truly degenerate. Okay, this card is actually not terrible in this position, because if we play it on 1, it turns off like Expedition Maps and Ancient Stirrings. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now. It's unfortunately going to turn off our Tide Shaper if we play it, though, so... It also turns off any, like, future stars and relics. We're not... I don't know if we're racing them at the moment, but I think that maybe Chalice on 1 is the way to go with this. I mean, they do play a lot of 1s. And it stops them from just drawing a bunch of cards, so... They have Tron, but... I'm going to play this. And just hope that's enough. We still do have some Cavern of Souls in our deck, so maybe Tide Shaper could be a thing at some point. But this way, at least if we're facing down Ancient Stirrings, we don't have to deal with it. Oh, look, they didn't play anything. That's fucking awesome. And we're gonna get Svyelun out. Life is great. All right. Now we can start drawing a bunch of cards and hopefully kill them. If we can find a land to just play like 2 lords next turn, we might actually like defeat them here. Well, I can't deal with that, so they're gonna get a second Tron land. But they didn't find another land last turn, so they still don't have more lands. Well, that might be helpful, but I guess what we're gonna do is play a lord and then attack and hope that we draw a land. Okay, well, ideally not that one, but it is what it is. Please do not draw a land. Oblivion Stone. Fuck. No, they're still far away from actually doing anything with it, so... Here's a good question. Can we kill them before the O-Stone comes online? If I can find a fetch land, I can put a tap land in play and then, like, ending this thing next turn. Or, yeah, that's an option. But I think for now we probably go Lord and then play Trickster, and then hopefully that should be enough to kill them. Okay, well that's also an option. Yeah, I think they're just dead, so... I'll just play Merfolk Trickster and then Master on my turn or Reejerey or something. Alright, we got it. I think this Chalice actually saved us. It helped. I think it helped. I don't know, maybe their hand just wasn't very good. They did mulligan a bunch, though. But I think in general we want actual counterspells for their nonsense. The prismatic endings are only like they're not great. I think we want to get rid of these, and I think we'd actually prefer Stony Silence. I don't know that we want Chalice here. Maybe we keep like 2 endings just in case of a bridge or something. That actually seems reasonable. Because this will turn off like half of their deck. It also turns off Walking Ballista, which is nice. The ending is an answer to Walking Ballista too, so that's a reason to keep it. Chalice is definitely fine versus Tron. I just think that we have a lot of other cards that are better against this deck, that's all. Like, we have our Tide Shapers already. We have a bunch of actual counterspells, so, you know, forces plus counterspells. The Stony Silence is really good. And just playing a bunch of Lord effects is also pretty strong against them, so... Maybe you could cut like an Aether Vial or something. Yeah, the Chalice is fine. But the Stony Silence also basically does the same thing as Chalice for a lot of the stuff. Like, they're not cracking relics, they're not cracking chromatic stars or anything, so... Yeah, it definitely, like, you know, if you don't have other cards like Chalice of the Void, I agree. Like, you can definitely play this against Tron. I just think that we don't need it here, that's all. Because I think we should have a pretty good match against it. We have a lot of good cards. Like, this hand is fucking fantastic. I don't know if I could have asked for much better against this. We have a Vial, a Tide Shaper, you know, Lords, that's Force, great. We're going to keep it. Okay. I don't know. I guess I'm going to play the Wanderwine Hub first. I'll show them Silvergill Adept. And then probably, like, 99% I'm going to Tide Shaper a land this turn. So I guess they're going to Ancient Stirrings, or no, Sylvan Scrying, okay. So we're going to Tide Shaper the... You know, I guess I could have forced that. That might have been a fuck up. But I am going to Tide Shaper this mine this turn, so it might not be that big a deal. Okay, well, that was an excellent draw because now we have, like, 2 turns here to do something. And if I have to use the Force, I will pitch the Silvergill Adept to it. Sure. If they Sylvan Scrying again, I'm definitely going to force it. Ancient Stirrings? I guess. So they found another mine. So they're playing the power plant. Alright. So I guess here we're just gonna Tide Shaper the power plant now. I want Lord out so that way our Tide Shapers are protected against Walking Ballista. So there's still 2 turns off of Tron. So if they're gonna scrying, we're definitely this one fuck. So what are they? We know that they have another mine, so they need to find specifically another power plant in the top 5. I kind of want to force this, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I want to. I think I'm gonna gamble and hope that they don't find power plant. I'll probably tick Vial up and play Svyelun next turn. If it was scrying, I would counter it 100%, but like the odds are not fantastic that they're gonna find another power plant. They could though. They found Walking Ballista, so playing the Lord here is gonna be great, and it means that now Svyelun is also gonna be great. That I have to force. That there is no option not to force that. Alright, well. I don't really need to play this Vial. Well, if I play it, maybe. The game is probably going to be over before it matters, but it's fine. Alright. If they, let's see what happens here. If they play Walking Ballista, I can just Vial then Svyelun in response. And that should just end the game. Okay, well that's a good sign. That's reeks of desperation. I don't even think Ensnaring Bridge is actually good enough here. Even if they found the land here and then they played like Karn into Bridge, I don't think that would actually work. I have to let that go. Alright, so what are you gonna do? You get a power plant. Alright, you have 5 mana, so what are you doing with 5 mana here? Worm Coil is not gonna do it either. I think this just means they are dead. I don't think, I don't think they have an out here with just 1 mana. We have enough Island Walk to go through, and they can't ping our creatures away, so that should just be it. Like, even if they, I guess what, if they have Dismember, well, does that even work? They'd have to pay, well, they might go to 1 if they had Dismember there, but... So what are they hoping for? That we fuck up an attack with Lord of Atlantis? Well, spoiler, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Alright. I just need to send the message. There we go. We beat Tron easily. Yeah, I think this list especially should have no problem steamrolling Tron most of the time. So, but yeah, we have to send the Merfolk Trickster in just to send the message. Let them know that no, we are not going to screw up an attack with the Lord here. I don't think that would have even mattered. Like, they still would have just been dead from these things anyway. So it was just over. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about that. You know, fuck Tron. No, Tron's fine. Like, the deck is okay, but the meme will live on forever. Good old wow, fuck Tron. It will be the responsibility of Merfolk players for many generations to come in order to spreading seas the Tron's players. There we go. Well, that went better this time. Do we even play any of, like, the sideboard cards? Yeah, the attacking with the Lord, yeah, it wouldn't have actually mattered. It's not like they could give it first strike or anything, so it doesn't really do anything, but alright, there we go. Round 3, let's get this going. This hand looks okay. We can just play, like, Tide Shaper into, like, whatever the hell we want. Got some good interaction. Like this. They mold a 6. This might be... I don't know, we'll have to see. We have a turn to decide what number we want to play Chalice on, so... we'll see. This is a fine place to run out Tide Shaper, especially because we have another one if we need to play it on the Spreading Seas something. If we're up against Tron, it's not a big deal. You can seize their land and then, like, play Chalice or something. Snow-covered forest. Okay, so what is the deal with this? What deck has a reason to play snow-covered? Okay, interesting. So is this the Niv Mizzet deck? Should I be Prismatic Ending this Abundant Growth, I think? No, but all it does is let their land tap for any color. It doesn't make extra mana right now, right? So I don't think it actually matters too much. This has to be like a blanky deck of some kind. They're not playing Yorion or anything. Usually if they're doing... What is playing this without Yorion? That's what I'm not sure. Chat, do you have any ideas? Like, what deck wants to play this and not have Yorion as a companion? I think that it would be Niv Mizzet, because that lets them play through Blood Moon. But I'm not 100% sure. And I don't know if playing Chalice on one actually does anything to them. I think it might hurt us more than them, to be honest. I think it would be Niv Delight. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, yeah, that's probably what we're gonna do here. I think that we don't care about getting rid of this. I think we just turn it into an island and attack for 2. So it's not going to disrupt their mana whatsoever, but it gets in the extra damage, so let's do that. Maybe they'll give us something good to do with this turn. No, it doesn't lose that ability. It still has this ability from the aura, right? I think. Or is it like a timestamp thing? How the hell does auras work with this? Oh fuck, this is Enchantress. Alright, Well, we are definitely going to Prismatic Ending that son of a bitch. I can't... Oh, fuck. Alright. Alright. We figured it out here. Alright, so... Probably just taking them off of their mana is the smart thing to do and attack for 4. Because right now, next turn they're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 mana. I don't think that's a good thing. There are other targets that we could have for this thing, but if they play like... What is it? Sterling Grove, we'll never be able to kill this thing, so I want to do this right now. It doesn't look like it has that ability. I don't actually know how the aura thing works with that, but I think, yeah, if we don't kill that thing now, we're not going to have necessarily the opportunity to do it again next turn, so... And then maybe next turn I'll just play Lord and start trying to kill them. Something like Lord into Lord can end in 2 turns. So, that's probably the line we go for. Alright, let's see what they're going to do here. Utopia Sprawl. Oof. Rough. Alright, well, so... That's not great. Another Tide Shaper would be hilarious. The Prismatic Ending's also kind of appealing too, but... So they're going to gain a life and draw a card. I think we just get rid of this thing again? No, I mean, the other option is we could just Trickster it for a turn. That might actually work out better. So we do this in the upkeep. They don't get to draw any cards or gain any life. Presumably they're not going to block if we go, so they'll go to... Yeah, they'll go down to 10 life. Then the thing is, we can only attack them for 9 the turn afterwards, which is unfortunate. So there's no way we can kill them in 2 turns if we do that. But it's probably the safest way to go. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. Alright, we'll attack and see what they do. And then maybe we'll have to play Prismatic Ending in order to draw things out. Or if for some reason they crack a fetch land or something, that would be fantastic. But I don't see that happening. Like, especially not with the Yavimaya in play. They can make whatever mana they need with a fetch. You have another one? Or are you going to go for Solitary Confinement? Oh, just Enchantress's presence is not that big a deal to us right now. Well, they're going to get to draw a card, so... You have a bajillion mana. Alright. Alright, so... what do we do with this? Probably... we could put them to 1 life. But they can just draw... They can go off, so... Here they're going to have 4 mana. By Prismatic Ending, this, the only concern I have is if they do something like Solitary Confinement, I'm not going to have a way to get out of that. But if they can play like Sterling Grove plus Solitary Confinement, then I can't really beat that either. However, putting them to 1, forcing them to go into confinement mode, we still can Prismatic Ending and kill it. Well, the thing is, if we let them untap here, we do have a third color source because of the Yavimaya, so we can actually tap this for green. So yes, we have the option to kill a solitary confinement if they play one and they don't have protection for it. Which means if I play like Lord and attack for 9, even if they gain some life from this thing, then on my turn I could potentially Prismatic Ending a solitary confinement and kill them with Island Walk. That is definitely an option on the table. I think that's how we have to do this, and just pray that they don't like go too ridiculously crazy on their turn. They're gonna draw 2 cards for every enchantment they cast, but they only have 4 mana, potentially like 5 to start off with. So, and we'll have to see how this goes. But I think that's the play. And I don't think there's any 0 mana cards in their deck that actually matter. So, or I don't believe they play any zeros. So Chalice on 0, I don't think does anything. That's cast and that's cast. So like, yeah, I don't think there's any point to playing that. So I guess we're just hoping that we trick them into trying to hide behind confinement and we kill it with ending and then just kill them. That's the hope. Yavimaya is going to work for us. Like, they know we have these because we've played one already, but I guess we're just praying that they don't go for another one. So, that we want them to gamble against us having a second one in their hand. That's all. Yikes! All right, so it's 2. Well, they didn't gain any mana from that. They just gained 2 cards. So they do have a fetch, but they don't need to actually crack it for anything. So we're losing to basically Sterling Grove plus confinement. So that, yeah, we have to just kind of hope that they don't have both of those cards. I think if they had both of those cards, there probably wasn't a way that we were beating that anyway, so. Alright, I guess let's just hope that none of the 6 cards are Grove. No, please don't do it. Just play like anything else. Is that enough? I think that's still fine if they don't play any other enchantments. Okay, I think we got this. That wasn't enough. Because we can still deal exactly 4 to them. We just exile this thing, attack, they block, and they die. Just barely got there. They had 7 cards in hand. They just had to play 1 more enchantment and they probably could have won this game, but... Alright. Prismatic Ending is proving its worth already. Okay. So how the hell do we do this? I think I've only played against this deck like 1 other time, so I'm not 100% sure what the correct sideboarding looks like. I don't think that Chalice is that good against them. Like, it could be. Like, they have some ones. But do we like this? Do we like Force? Do we like Counterspell? Even the Dismember seems like it's probably okay. I don't know. Chat, what do you think? Like, how would you go about this? Because I kind of don't know that I want to change very much. Yeah, I think that the Dismember and like could bring in like Dismember and like Force here and just take out Chalice. Oh. Will it not let me? Oh yeah, do it. I don't know. This is what I'm thinking. Maybe we take in these and take this out. On the draw, like, I don't know how much this is going to stop them. Once they start playing, like, infinite enchantments, it's probably too late at that point, but if we can kill off, like, the important, like, Enchantress creatures, then it's fine. And really, if we can just counter, like, the Solitary Confinement or have a Prismatic Ending for it, that's probably good enough. I think this card is going to be really good in this match, so... And, like... Svyelun is a little bit slow against it, and like Reejerey's a little bit slow, but I could bring in these two counterspells. I don't know what else I want to take out though. Do I take out like the Reejereys maybe and just bring in like the two counterspells? Like, that's true. Well, that's one of the reasons I want to have the Dismember in the deck, because I know which card you're talking about. Yeah, and we have to be able to kill that thing, because that card is dangerous. I feel like this is probably okay. Counterspell, like, is a little bit clunky against their deck, I guess, but we could bring it in. I just don't know if there's much else I want to take out for it. I'm gonna try it like this. Let's see. It's not bad, actually. We can play the Triome in turn 1, maybe. We have some pretty good interaction in creatures. I think I'd keep this. I don't think there's anything they're going to play in turn 1 that I need to dismember. They can always do that in turn 2 if it's desperate. Or if I can draw like something else, I would want to kill that, but I think we just play this and pass. Yep. Like, this thing I'm definitely going to kill. Red mana? What the fuck do they need red for? Do they have, like, prismatic endings of their own we need to worry about? I feel like we want to save this card for something more impactful than this. Oh, if they play Blood Moon, that makes sense. Well, actually, if they play Blood Moon, then we probably want to use the Prismatic Ending on this thing right now, right? Because the Dismember, at least we can cast through a Blood Moon. Alright, let's do that then. Then I can potentially cast Dismember plus, like, Silvergill next turn. Alright. That is good to know, though. If we find fetch lands, we may want to get some more basic islands. Alright, well, it's good that we did that then. Okay, Blood Moon is on the board. It's going to be very difficult for us to do anything now. Well, the problem is that once Blood Moon resolves, I am not going to have white mana anymore, because I will only ever have red and blue, so... I think we're locked out here, though. I don't know that we can actually well, maybe. No, this is still their turn. I think we're kind of fucked, because I don't think there's any... The Blood Moon is going to keep us from using a lot of our interaction. And I don't know if we can actually do anything fast enough. Like, see, they do have this Destiny Spinner, which, like, we do have to kill this thing. I need another land badly. Alright, so they have one card in hand. Like, they're going to draw another, they're going to start, like, playing 1,000,000 cards a turn. So, what do we do here? We're never getting rid of this thing. I think that we are in kind of a situation where we have to gamble in Silvergill Adept. Because if we just play, like, Vial plus Dismember, I don't know if that's going to be enough to catch up here. I mean, I guess we can. Maybe we have, like, one more turn if they, like, don't draw anything significant this turn that might work. Yeah, alright, we'll try it, but I don't think we're winning a drawn-out game against this deck. We don't have enough power to do that before they find, like, Solitary that we can't deal with. I need them, if they miss this turn, then maybe there's hope, but if they just play, like, 1,000,000 enchantments... Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Contra, there's not going to be a 5-0 because we lost the first match to Glimpse. But we beat Tron in round 2, so... We are up one game against Enchantress already. And it looks like we are kind of fucked here. Because they're just drawing a bajillion cards now. Let's see. Silvergill's the only thing I can play. They would have to draw, like, mono lands for the rest of the game in order for us to, like, have a shot at game 2. I guess I'll show them Lord of Atlantis. That doesn't do anything right now. Oh, I guess it lets us play Reejerey next turn, so that's not irrelevant, but... I don't know. Maybe. If they do nothing again, like, this turn. They have to do, like, literal nothing, though. Because they're gonna, yeah, they draw like 3 cards a turn. Sure. Okay, well, they're up to 6 cards in hand, and they have like a bunch of mana, so. This thing has some relevant ability, right? It turns their lands into like 7/7s here. Or... Why would you do that if you know I have a Lord in hand? I guess they just need to play stuff. It's fine. I probably would have... Well, maybe it might not matter. Alright, well this one's gonna probably find the Solitary Confinement, so... I think next turn they're playing their entire deck, so... It may be a little bit too late. Alright. Silvergill, get in there. I believe in you. I don't think this matters. But here, we'll put the Lord out. So they just crack like the Grove here and they just get the Confinement and we're locked out. So well, it's not a matter of pumping power, it's a matter of they have Sterling Grove, so we literally can't damage them unless they want us to, because they can just get the Confinement with like 9 cards in hand. This thing is like an Adelic Tutor. Well, I guess what? They put it on top and they can like play like literally anything to just draw it and play it, so. Yeah, they're attacking us for for yeah, they also have Destiny Spinner. Remember, this thing has an ability that's actually really relevant and can win the game. They just attack us for like 40 damage. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that anyway. Okay, well, we're on the play this time, so maybe Svyelun is a little bit slow in this matchup. Maybe Counterspell is going to be better. I don't know, like the Cursed Totem, like, it only hits like 2 creatures. I don't know if that's actually, I don't think that's worth it. I think we just need to like not get Blood Mooned. It's not awful, but I don't know if it's like better than just creatures trying to kill them. That's all. Hold on a second. Just my fan. It gets warm in here after a while. I don't know, I think it's okay. I think we have an okay match here. I mean, their win con can be literally anything at this point, so they could, how do I say? It's possible for them, I think, to lock you out. Well, okay, I guess they have to be careful because of the Enchantress's presence. Is like that one option they have is potentially like they can get to a state where they can just loop stuff with like Hall of Heliod's Generosity, I think. But they have to be careful about decking themselves. I'd love to play first. His hand doesn't seem awful, but it's not also amazing either. We only have 2 creatures. Yeah, I don't know. Tideshaper on the play is like okay, but it's just going to be a 1/1. We don't really have anything good to pitch to this. We have nothing to pitch to this force either, so. Okay, well here's the thing. I don't think we want to play it on turn 1. I think we want them to use the Utopia Sprawl so that we can actually play Tideshaper on the Sprawl, right? So we don't actually play it here on turn 1. So, alright, I guess we're going to keep it, but we're going to play the Flooded Strand and get the Triome instead. And just pray that they're on a Utopia Sprawl hand that we can just, like, set them back on, so. But this is still a hand where if we just draw, like, 2 or 3 lands, we're just dead. Because we have no power to actually push through the game. Yeah, I mean, we might have to play it as a negate, so. Come on, do it. Play the Sprawl. Okay. That's excellent. Goodbye. Get out of here. Reejerey was a pretty good pickup, too. Oh, they only have 1 land. Oh, we're going to crush them. Alright. So we'll play Merrow Reejerey first, because then we can play 2 Lords next turn. Alright, well, we basically just win. They kept an insanely greedy hand based on that Utopia Sprawl, and we just, like, fucked them with it. Yeah. This should be... There we go. Woo! Alright, you guys are right, yeah. We kept the risky Tideshaper hand, and it actually paid off. Like, that was incredibly greedy. How the hell do you keep, like, Forest Utopia Sprawl against the deck that's playing 4 Tideshapers? And Prismatic Endings. For all they knew, we could have just Prismatic Ending away the Utopia Sprawl, and it would have also just as easily won the game. So, I don't know. Well, Okay, maybe they didn't. Yeah, maybe they had like more Utopia sprawls in hand. They thought, okay, like they could beat ending by just casting more sprawls. But when we made it an island, they couldn't even cast those. So, yeah, all right, cool. Well, we'll take it. Yeah, so chat is never wrong, just not always correct. Fair. All right. So that was awesome. So I can live with this. So I'm enjoying this deck list so far. I like this blue white. Well, I had ammo for a game, but only because I drew like 2 lords. Like we only started off with like 2 creatures, and it was very possible. Like I've lost many games where I've kept that sort of hand, and like you just don't draw more creatures because you just draw like a vial and a land or something. So there's always a little bit of risk to that sort of stuff, but I think now that we have like actual removal spells with Prismatic Ending in the deck, maybe those kind of hands are a little bit easier to keep up, because even if you don't add to your board, you can always take away from your opponent's board to like keep that advantage a little bit. So yeah, they definitely could have been trash draws, that's for sure. So so you know what, hold on one sec. I'm going to take a very, very quick bathroom break. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Since I've been doing this for almost 2 hours, so I'll be right back. Much better. Alright, let's go. Mathematically and logically impossible. Still here. Well, that's because you are one of the true fans. Never let the dream die. Alright. It's not a bad start to this league. Alright, let's go. We're in this. Let's get going. We are on the play. Being on the play, I think I keep this. I have a 1-drop, I have Vial. I think I'm willing to gamble with these sort of hands in the play. Forest, Utopia Sprawl. Please, please let me draw a land here. Please. I want to Tide Shaper this thing so badly. We are up against it looks like the Enchantress deck again. Please, come on. Just for great justice. No! Well, I think that I need to keep this in my hand, because then I can still do it next turn. I can Vial and Silvergill. I have 2 more draws to find the land to kill off this Utopia Sprawl. Oh, shit. That's brutal. So they're probably going to exile my Aether Vial. Well, so this has got to be what, the Niv Mizzet deck, right? So it's going down to 2. If I Vial in the Tide Shaper, I can potentially kill this next turn, so drawing like an island means I actually can, yeah, not fall super behind in this game, so I think I have to do this. Alright, come on. That is not going to do it. Yeah, alright. Well, I can still at least kill the Utopia Sprawl. Hopefully that hurts them a little bit. Of course they have another one. Why would they not? Oh, fuck. We're dead. Yeah, that was too much. I don't see how it is that we're going to come back from this at this point. Ren in 6 is just going to kill, like, anything that we play. They have a bajillion mana. Alright, well, we can't do anything, but maybe we can get them to show us some more cards. So they've chosen red. So we've seen green, black, red, white. So I have to assume that this is Niv Mizzet. See, this is a new card I don't know about. You may reveal a Planeswalker and put it into your hand. And that lets them activate for an additional plus. So, Dismember seems like something we probably want for this. Because Prismatic is not going to kill this thing. So, here's a random thought. What if they're not actually playing Niv Mizzet in this deck? What if they're just playing like some kind of like Superfriends deck? So if you're gonna play a card like this, you have to have like a fair number of Planeswalkers to have one every 7 cards. Because that, yeah, so like Force is only like okay against Niv Mizzet, but I think it's probably a lot better if they're playing lots of Planeswalkers. Yeah, okay, so they have Liliana. So, okay, this definitely looks like some kind of Superfriends list. What is Dude Brood? Or Dune Brood? I have no idea what you mean by this. Let me see. I am not familiar with this card. Oh, you mean like the 4-color guy. I got you. No. It's been such a long time since I've seen the Nephilim. Alright, I don't want to show them the cards in my hand. I think I have an idea of what's going on here. Yeah, I see. It's how is it described? Like, no blue or like red Abzan or something like that. Yeah. So Dismember seems good. Prismatic Ending is like only okay. I think Chalice of the Void is probably not going to be very good though. So maybe Force. Like these sometimes can kill off things in play, but like also sometimes they're not going to, so it's only, yeah, in our deck it's only going to kill things that cost 3 or less, which is like Kaya and Ren in 6. It's not terrible though. Hard. Redeem Jund or Flaming Junk. I'm just trying to think if I want like Counterspell here, because Counterspell seems like it could be okay. Maybe it might actually be a little bit better than Forces. I think I could bring in 2 Counterspells, have like 3 Forces and 3 of these. I think this is reasonable. Well, we're gonna try it like this. I would love to play first. This hand is actually very bad. This is a much better hand. I think. What do I do with this? I just keep the creatures, or do I get rid of like Merrow Reejerey? What do you guys think? Do we keep the Counterspell, or do we keep the Reejerey? I think this could go either way. So we're on the play like going like Tideshaper into Master into like another Master seems like it's pretty good. And then potentially into Reejerey after that, so I don't think this is the kind of hand that wants to hold up mana though. That's my only concern. If I play Tideshaper, yeah, I don't think that I want to keep the Counterspell here. I think I want to keep the threats. I just want to play creatures quickly, because if you have a bunch of creatures in play, you can actually threaten the Planeswalkers fast, so. And then we can play the Master and then potentially get out of range of like Wrenn and 6. Ooh, what's this? They're gonna no, they're gonna play Arbor Elf, okay. They might have like Liliana here or something. If we have to discard a card, we can just discard this Flooded Strand. I guess the only bad thing is if they go like Fatal Push plus Wrenn and 6 or something like that. This just looks like they might be playing Wrenn and 6 here. Yeah. This is not a problem for us at all. So I'm pretty sure we just want to kill this right now. Alright, well actually, okay, so dangerous idea. This is one of the few scenarios where we might actually just go after the opponent and just ignore Wrenn and 6, because they're already at 15 and we can put them to 9 this turn. We have Force, so like that actually could just be enough. Like attacking the opponent here is a very appealing line, because potentially they could die next turn. If like maybe we force something and draw a Merfolk and tap down like a creature that could just end them. Like, what do they do? If they play Liliana, like, you can just force it and it's not that big a deal. Like, Wrenn and 6 isn't really killing anything, so what are they going to do? Like, fetch again? That doesn't really hurt us, so I think that we just, this is one of the scenarios, I think, where we just want to ignore Wrenn. It depends. Like, sometimes, you know, Wrenn and 6 is a threat, but I think that when we're this close to, like, killing them, I think that Wrenn and 6 is not that big a threat. We're far enough ahead in the board where I don't think this card matters that much. But there are times when, like, killing this might actually make sense. I just don't think that right now it matters. Like, what are they going to do? Play a fetch land and, like, what, get like a Temple Garden or something and then take 3 more damage? That sounds suicidally like stupid, so I don't see that happening. Like, fetching, yeah, their life total is already dangerously low, and we have protection with this Force right now. So like if they just like tap out for Liliana here, they could just be dead. We just force it and they die. And if they don't, then we just play Master, tap down like a creature, and then still attack them for 1,000,000 damage, which is basically winning. Okay. It looks like they have chosen death. Absolutely not. Oh fuck, it's a yeah, I can't actually force this because it's a creature on the stack. Okay, so they can sacrifice their Arbor Elf in order to kill off of my one of my creatures. Okay. It's still not that bad. That's pretty good too. So I think what I'm going to do is just send like... Well, this can make blockers, so I don't really want to let them keep that. But I think I just send like Tide Shaper there, this at them. And then I have 7 power in play plus a force, so like that should just be winning. Sorry, I have 8 power in play actually. So let's kill off Grist, let's attack them. I think this is still fine. I still feel pretty good in this position, so... That's okay, I guess. So what do we want? Like Merfolk Trickster just wins? They're gonna cast Liliana, it doesn't really make a difference. So I can force them in a position where they have to block this thing, right? I play Master, this is attacking for 5, so they have to block it. This thing's gonna die. They go to 1, and then we still have Force of Negation up, so that seems like the play. And we get to draw a card too, so... So like, they are definitely dying next turn. Yeah. They're going to tap out for a Planeswalker, and then they're just dead. Or even playing like Liliana wouldn't be enough. They have to kill off my entire board right now. Yeah, okay. There we go. Ignoring Wrenn and 6 was the winning line. So we see they have Grist. Yeah, the endings don't seem like they're that important here. Like, they're okay, but they're not... I think, like, their best use is if we can just kill off, like, an Arbor Elf with them. We're on the draw, so, like, that actually is pretty relevant. The counterspells just seem really good. I haven't seen them play any actual discard spells, or even any removal spells for that matter. They might just be relying on all their planeswalkers to do their heavy lifting in that regard. So maybe on the draw, Force of Negation matters a little bit more instead of Counterspell. Because we're going to be tapping out probably a little bit more. We can get this thing to 3, but like I said, I think disrupting their mana is probably worth more than anything else, so... holding up counter magic on the draw against these kind of decks is actually, like... I don't know, it's a little bit harder. Maybe I just go with another one of these and just try to, like, have something that can disrupt their turn 1. Okay, we're gonna do it like this. Not with this hand, though. This hand is garbage. This is not really any better. Alright. So, best case scenario, we put, like, Vial on the bottom, and we have, like, Dismember plus Tideshaper, but that's not going to do anything if they play, like, Wrenn and 6. I am not really in love with this either. I just don't... Is 5 cards going to be better than this or not on the draw? I'm kind of leaning towards mulliganing. If I were... Yeah, I just... This is really weak. I don't know. I don't think I can keep this. It just does nothing. I think we just need a really aggressive hand. Well, this does look much better. We'll keep this. Let's get rid of Prismatic Ending, and I think we want to get rid of Silvergill Adept just because, like, Wrenn and 6 renders this thing useless. I think this is the best hand out of all of them we've seen so far. Well, I am willing to take this gift. Alright, Oath of Nisa away. We have Wrenn and 6, okay. It's fine, I guess. I guess I'm just playing a Lord here. Yep. I imagine they'll probably play Wrenn and 6 this turn. See, like, this might be one of those scenarios where it makes sense to attack Wrenn and 6 because we are super far away from actually killing them. I think what I want to do is I want to attack it for 2, and then I'll flash in Trickster in their turn. Then on my turn I can play Master. Hi, Pessimist Scientist. We are on a mull to 5 in our game here against in game 3. I'm trying to fight this, like, 4-color Planeswalker deck. It looks like Liliana's going to come down, so I think what's going to happen is they'll probably tick down Liliana. Make me sacrifice a Lord. But I can sacrifice like a Trickster instead. Hey, Fruit Kid. There we go. We got people coming in still. That's good. We're not done yet. Yeah, I'm expecting them to play Liliana here, and then then in that case we can just play the Trickster, sacrifice that to Liliana, and then probably kill Liliana, and then maybe afterwards get rid of the Wrenn and 6. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So, yep. I don't know. It's a rough game 3 for us, but I think we can potentially win here, depending on what they do. If they play like Karth, or that is a problem. Okay, that's bad. If they have like Ensnaring Bridge, we could be fucked. Yeah. All right. Well, we have answers to Ensnaring Bridge, but this is one of those times where we're going to have to kill both of these Planeswalkers now. Yeah, they have Bridge, so this is going to go up to 3. Fortunately, we can kill both of these assholes this turn. Uh-huh. They returned no cards to their hand. Why did they not return the Wooded Foothills? Oh, because they want to make sure they can empty their hand for Bridge, obviously. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I think our plan is going to be kill off these. Oh, yes! Life is fucking great! We have the force for the fucking Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, alright, we can do this. Alright, ready? Let's get rid of all of their card advantage nonsense here. Get off of here. I think I'm just... I think that I want to pitch the Trickster. Alright. Do it. Alright. Now, alright, I think I want to keep this Svyelun because we need to fill our hand back up, so once we draw a land, like, this is our route to winning this actual game, so... Let's get rid of Trickster. We can actually win this now. Alright. Oh, they just went from, like... God damn it, why? Alright, you know what? Svyelun giveth and Svyelun taketh. That's okay. We can actually, like, still get... Like, this kills them next turn if they don't do anything, so... We still have, like, a lot of things that, like, end this, so we're fine. What are you gonna do? Like, if you just have a handful of clunky Planeswalkers, like, you're dead. Okay, that seems really bad. I think we're doing okay here. So what do we want? Trickster and just like wins? Let's see. How do we do this? Like, they're just milling cards here. I think we just attack them, right? They have to block or otherwise they're dead, and then we just have a force up and we're just gonna win, so. I don't think I actually care about Grist very much. Alright, come on. We can do this. They go to 2. Just hope I didn't screw up anything. No, alright, we're good. So I just want them to, like, tap out for something big and I can just force it and then the game's over. Got there! Yes! Svyelun was with us. She sent us the force when we needed it. Ha! Yata! Oh, man, that was amazing. Yeah, no, it looks like their hand just was a bunch of clunky Planeswalkers, so... Like, if they had Karth, maybe they could have slowed us down a little bit, but... Yeah, like, all it did was just make, like, a 1-1, and that was not a problem, so... Alright, well, that puts us at 3-1. Alright, let's get this. Let's finish strong in this league. I'm really liking Prismatic Ending in this deck. I mean, Grist is basically like, they just wanted to design a Planeswalker where it's like, what if the Planeswalker was a creature? And you can do a bunch of really stupid shenanigans with it, like, you know, Unearth the Grist, or Court of Calling for Grist, or Collected Company for Grist. And you can't Force of Negation Grist, so... You know what, Contra, if you stick around, like, yeah, I would appreciate that, because let's keep that luck flowing for this last game. fair creature deck's my only weakness. Yes. Well, see, like, that's the thing about Merfolk. We're good at beating most of the nonsense decks. We're just not really good at beating fair decks. Like, it turns out, like, you know, stuff like Force of Will and Force of Negation and, like, in those formats, you don't want to card disadvantage, like, yourself like that against a fair deck. It's so bad. And I don't understand why, like, a lot of, like, the players just don't like Force of Will. Like, just play regular creatures like Knight of the Reliquary or Thalia or something. Like, forcing them is terrible. You don't want to, if you force against those decks, you're probably losing. So, like, you just beat, you know, you beat, like, force decks by just, you know, playing fair stuff. So yeah, Merfolk, like, we're playing, like, Chalices that do basically nothing against fair decks too. So we're only really good against the nonsense decks for the most part. So the more of those there are, like, the better we are. When we can jam, like, Chalice on 0 and Force of Negation and just, like, win a match basically on the spot, like, yeah, it's amazing. So, I don't think we can keep this. Alright, Gigantha, I think, means that we're either up against, like, a Spirits deck or a Tron deck. And if it's Spirits, it would be Bent, but this might just be, like, Tron. And I don't think we can keep this because we only have one land. I guess I have to keep this. I don't think, like, the Chalice is going to be good against most of the Gigantha decks. I guess it could be Storm, but, like, even then we'd need this in, like, 2. I think we get rid of Chalice here. Like, we're not going to be able to put it on... I guess it could be the Domain deck, but I don't think Chalice is, like, particularly great against them either, is it? Like, we just get rid of this thing. Alright, that's what we're doing. Yeah, I could see this being Domain if they're playing Wooded Foothills. I don't think I've actually gotten to play against it yet. Oh fuck, we're up against the Prowess deck. That's not encouraging at all. Well, they are gonna know what's up, but I don't need to actually show them the specific card that I'm going to use until next turn, so... Alright, well, Souls... See, this is what I mean, like, we're good against the nonsense decks, but decks like Prowess that are just playing a bunch of, like, little dinky creatures, like, we're really bad against it. Okay, so if we can get those Prismatic Endings, that would be fantastic. Yeah. Well, like, fuck. Yeah, no, it would be really nice to have that Chalice now, but look at the problem, though. Like, they've already played 3 1-drops because they were on the play, and even if we played Chalice now, like, it wouldn't actually do all that much. So, I don't know. Like, you can't win for winning sometimes. So, I guess... we have the option of playing Tideshaper. They have 3 cards in hand still, so we might want to use Merfolk Trickster in order to, like, try to block and kill this thing. And if we do that, then I think I need to show them something like Svyelun or Merrow Reejerey, so that way they don't know exactly what we're going to do here. Because I have a feeling they're probably going to try to, like, they're going to just throw a bunch of spells into Delirium so this can be a 3/3 flyer. And I am very willing to block both of these things on this. Yeah, well, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the Wanderwine Hub, and I'm going to reveal the Merrow Reejerey so that they don't know what the deal is going to be yet. I don't want to give away my secrets. Like, I obviously don't want to show them both of these cards if I'm going to play them in their turn. It will incentivize them to make a mistake that will let me kill this Dragon Rage Channeler. Alright. Fuck. No. No, 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 not like this. Well, the good news is that Prismatic Ending is actually very good against a lot of these cards, but we just don't have any in our hand right now, so that's unfortunate. And even if we draw one next turn, it's not very good because it means we're not going to be able to like play anything else. They have 2 instant. Okay, they went instant land. They don't have anything else yet. Right, because this is also an instant, so. Okay, well, here comes. I mean, I kind of wish that, like, if Modern was going to be Legacy Light, then give us actual Force of Will. That's all I'm asking. They don't have a sorcery, it looks like, because I think they would have discarded one if they did. Oh, that Lava Dart is also brutal. Uh-huh. This thing doesn't have to attack, I guess. I think I screwed this up. But I'm not sure how much it matters because, like, they still have Lava Dart. So, like, anything that we block with is definitely going to die anyway. Like, they have 1 card in hand. I guess I just need to try to not take a bajillion damage. And just hope that, like, Svyelun's going to be enough to help me. No matter what creature I play right now, it is not amazing because they can just probably kill it. I guess Svyelun I'm gonna play. But next turn I think I need to tick Vial up to put Reejerey into play and then hopefully find something. Then I can at least play 2 creatures. I think we're just like really in a lot of trouble. They have 4 prowess creatures out here right now. That's dangerous. Like, we don't have the kind, like, we don't have no 2-drops here to really put a dent in this. So we still have Lava Dart. They still have 2 cards in hand, so like this is just getting really bad. Well, I can only draw 1 Lord this turn. Just look at this. This is insane. We are dead. There's nothing that we can do to... Arclight Phoenix is already coming back. Oh my god. If they have Phoenixes here, it's actually almost worth like having Rest in Peace. Because it turns off like Lava Dart and the Phoenix, and it actually turns off the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay, we actually are dead. They're just attacking. You know what? Fine, you can attack us. You earned it. Look, there was nothing that we could throw in front of this that was gonna like stop this. Yeah. My god, that was brutal. Alright. So, I don't know that I don't really think that Force is actually that good against these decks. Like I was saying, like, when they're just playing like a bunch of like little creatures, it doesn't matter if their spells resolve or not. I think what we want is probably the Chalice, the Master Waves, and I think the Rest in Peace is actually reasonable here. The only thing that's a problem is if they have Blood Moon, so that's actually a concern. If they have Blood Moon, this Rest in Peace is not very good at all. And then we probably do need, like, forces if or something. Damn it. This is a deck that can very easily play Blood Moon too. And take out one Silvergill Adept. Could do it like this. It means these endings are dead if they ever play Blood Moon, but I think we need them to kill off their creatures as soon as possible, so I don't want to play Dismember against them. I think we just need this. Yeah, that's the way I read this right now. Alright. This hand seems fine. We'll keep it. It definitely can be, I guess, but I don't know. I was already a bunch of cards over at the moment, so it's... I guess here I'm just going to get a basic island. So this is a turn, if I draw like Prismatic, I would definitely want to play it. The chances my Lord is going to survive until my turn are very low. It might actually be worth just playing the other Vial right now. I don't know if playing Master has a lot of value since I can just play it off this Vial next turn anyway. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to play this and hope that we don't get slaughtered this turn. This one is probably going all the way up to 4, and then maybe we'll keep this one on 2. Like, our best line here probably involves us playing Reejerey plus Master next turn. Well, there's Lava Dart. That's not great. So it means they actually have their Dragon's Rage Channeler online. Alright, we have to live long enough to get some devotion off this Master. Still, drawing Prismatic would be very good this turn, too. If we can just exile this thing, that would be fantastic. Does this mean you're going to play the Channeler? Or they have another light up the stage. Well, at least it's just a bunch of lands, so could be going worse. Alright. That's actually not bad. I can Trickster this thing down and then just Vial this in at the end of turn. Alright, well, we're slowly getting somewhere. Alright, what are we doing, opponent? Lava darting my face. Okay. Do you have like a third light up the stage or something? Alright, well, let's shut this shit down right now. I do not need to be getting hit in the face with this Swift Spear again. Really? They're not doing anything? They already played a land, right? So what does this mean? Do they just have like a bunch of burn spells in their hand? It has to be. Like, I can't think of what else would be going on here. They'd have to have like Faithless Salvaging or something. I mean, they could have like lightning bolts or something that just kill off my creatures, I guess. It's weird that they don't seem to have any more creatures, though. Well, I kind of want to play this Svyelun right now. So now if they have a burn spell, they can only kill off like one thing. I'm hoping this makes their hand a little bit more awkward. Alright, if we can live till next turn, this Master Waves can come on for a bajillion tokens. Alright. Yeah, if they're not blocking, you should be attacking, so that was a pretty good chunk of damage. So they do have salvaging, so I'm guessing they're going to discard a Phoenix. And I'm assuming that this turn they're going to discard another Phoenix. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, if they're holding like a bunch of Phoenixes and then they're just trying to unload their spells in one big turn. Okay. What do we got? Well, they discarded a Soulscar Mage, so why the hell didn't you cast this? I feel like this would have been better to play last turn. You lava darted me in the face instead of playing this thing, so... Unless maybe they just drew it off of that last turn. Okay, so they're going to Lightning Bolt the Pearl Trident. Okay. It's fine. So they need like Bolt plus the Lava Dart to kill this. No, they just need to cast one more spell, and they have the Lava Dart here, so the Phoenix can come back. There's one of them, so it's not that scary, but it's definitely like it's close to being like a 2-turn clock. Oh shit, they have this thing. Okay, yeah, they're gonna kill Svyelun off with this. Actually, let's not auto yield. Let's make them think that we have something. All right, we're getting hit for 7 this turn. That's brutal. Well, there's not much we can do about it. It's gonna happen. It's not over yet, though. Master Waves will be able to at least block this thing for a while and help us potentially threaten them. Alright, light up the stage is definitely not something I wanted to see right now. Okay, well, Bobble and Bloodstained Mire could definitely be worse, so... They're at 2 cards in hand, plus a Sunbaked Canyon. They have the Bobble here, so... Something bad could happen next turn, but... Alright, we're going upstairs and upstairs, I believe. If we draw like a 2-drop Merfolk, we can put both Reejereys in. Fuck. I mean, I don't want to say like fuck because that's actually really good, but I don't know if that's what I needed right this second. I guess I have to play like both of these things, right? So may as well do it now. Get as many tokens as we can. Attack for 2. Hope that we don't die this turn. I don't think they're going to be able to. Well, I mean, they could. So we're effectively at 5, or we're at 4, right? Because they have a Lava Dart here, so they need like 2 burn spells. They're gonna they have a fair chance of drawing 2 burn spells. Okay, but I mean, we can at least block the Swiftspear with like the Master of Waves. So I don't think that we're worried about anything from them right now. Oh, what if... Alright, so if they have like Crash Through, that's a sorcery, so we would see it coming. No. If we live through this turn, there's a very good chance we win next turn, but they have a couple draws to try to find the like 2 bolts they need to win here. This blocking for them at this point is not a reasonable option. What was the point of fetching? Okay, they're just thinning their deck with Manamorphose and just hoping to find something. I can live with that. Okay. See, I would have thought they would want to play that last turn so they could try to draw a card now. But I guess it still works. If they draw a bolt with it next turn, they could kill me before like I can attack, so I guess it's okay. And that's really what it comes down to. They need to find like either 2 bolts or like 1 bolt and a Phoenix. I think that would do it. They do have 3 mountains, which means 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1 Lava Dart would not be enough. I think they still have to draw 2 things, and they have access to like 3 cards right now. Okay, well this is a good sign for us. If they're doing that, okay, well that doesn't do anything. So they're gonna go after the elementals. That makes sense. Try to buy themselves time. Okay. We might not be able to kill them if they, like, kill off enough of these things, right? I don't think that they play Bone Crusher Giant. They could. It's not outside the realm of reason for them to do something like that. They have the 2 darts here. They have 1 card in hand. There are no lava darts in the graveyard. We have Svyelun is indestructible. So I think we can safely just block and block. Because they can't kill this thing with like a bolt. So yeah, alright. Got there in game 2. Alright. Here we go. This is the last game here. All right. So now, you know what? They didn't play like Blood Moon or show it to us at all, so I'm more inclined to like bring these in. I guess I'm just taking out Silvergill Adept. Yeah, Silvergill's just really bad against the lava darts. I think Tideshaper's probably better than Adept, because at least Tideshaper can, well, I don't know, it can be a 2-2, but I don't know, what do you think? Like, should I have like Tideshaper or Silvergill? I kind of feel like they're pretty close. I don't know, like, sometimes this island walk might be enough to get there for victory, but like, this thing dies so easily. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't really count on this for Island Walk to like actually get through at all. So generally, if we're playing it, it's going to be a 1-1. It's not like it's going to block and kill anything for the most part anyway. Its only real advantage is if we have Vial on 1, we can sometimes trick them into like attacking with Dragon Rage Channeler and then kill it with this, but I don't know, that doesn't seem terribly great. Maybe Tideshaper's not actually that good, because this is an ETB. If they have like Lava Dart, they can kill it in response to the trigger. So it's not like it's dodging anything. And like Prismatic Ending's already a 1-drop for us, so I'm actually thinking I might be more inclined to keep Silvergill. And just do like this. So I don't think there's anything else I really want to take out. Just because this also is, if we're going to put Chalice in 1, this also has a little bit of a non-bow with that too. Alright, we'll do it this way. Okay, let's see if we can get there. Master of Waves really proved its worth there. This is not bad actually. It could be worse, but you can just play this Triome in turn 1 and then maybe exile a creature in turn 2. That's not though terrible. It's not terrible. We're in the draw, so alright, I'm gonna keep it. Soul Scar, okay, that's fine. And this might be a little bit slow, but I think taking a turn to kill our creatures is probably worth it. We can draw Aether Vial. They're probably going to play Light Up the Stage. Yeah. Lava Dart and Sunbake. Yeah, that's fine. Like, I think we just want to kill this thing. What do we want? Like, probably more lands would not be bad. I'm just hoping this slows them down enough that I can like start getting into the game. So, like, Vial would have been nice to have there on that turn, but so yeah, the Gill is going to be a little bit sketchy because they have the Lava Dart already. They put it in the graveyard, so like if they want to use it, they have to sacrifice a mountain, so that might be worth it. Oh fuck, they have 2 more creatures. No. All right. What we need is Chalice of the Void on 1 right now. Because if we don't find like Chalice here, then I think we are screwed. If we find Chalice, we can potentially clean this up. Fuck. All right. So, like, yeah, the dart is going to make anything I block with a 1-1. I think we're just playing Gil here. Like, if they sacrifice a mountain, so be it. But I need to... Well, that's actually not bad, because at least I can start blocking this stuff, but... I need to draw either lands or, like, the hard-hitting interactive spells against them. Like, drawing another ending that turn would have actually been pretty good. Now, if we draw another land next turn, at least we can play Master Waves and start blocking at least something. So, unless they kill the Gil, this is not going to attack at least. And once Master's out, like, it can start, like, walling off at least one thing. Then maybe we can find, like, more Prismatic Endings or something. I don't know. That's the hope. Kind of, we need things to go right for us and not right for them. Like, this doesn't look good. Alright, what are you doing with your Surveil? They left a card on top of their deck with Surveil, so it's not inspiring. That means it might be something like Manamorphose. They might use to trigger the Phoenix. Yeah, I figured as much. No, I'm not gonna block. I need to at least try here. Okay, I think I have to play Master this turn, which they might sack the thing to Lava Dart, but that's okay if they do. I don't know if, like, I already kind of showed it to them, like, playing like Trickster plus a Lord or something is potentially an option, but I don't really want to. I don't know. That's still kind of sketchy. If I play Master, they'll kill this. I'll get like one token, but at least they won't be able to kill this thing, and it can at least stop them from hitting me with one. Problem is that they have this on, or what? Now where the hell did it go? Yeah, they have this on Rebound, so they only need to cast 2 spells, and they have one here. So it's almost kind of incentive to like play Master and make them use the Dart now. Because then that's one less spell they have to cast next turn. They'd only have 2 mana for it, so there's a reasonable chance that they might not use the Lava Dart if I cast this and get 2 tokens. I think I just have to do that. If they do it, so be it. That's fine. I think they're not going to. Yeah, okay. And at this point, I'm just at the... I have to just start, like, trying to save my life total, because they're going to start hitting me with flying creatures, and I need to do something to not die to them. So I'm looking at like Trickster and then maybe like a Lord next turn. Hoping that maybe I can try to like eat the Phoenix or this thing. It's definitely not a luck. Like, the problem is they have 2 creatures that are potentially going to be hitting me with flying each turn, so... And they can kind of go wide through this stuff. Like here, they have the Delirium for this, but yeah, like there's 2 Lava Darts here too. Like, this is very far from being a lock on this. That's 6 damage in the air they can actually hit me for. The thing is, once the Phoenix comes back, this is not going to have Delirium anymore. So if another creature of theirs dies, then it will. I didn't attack because now they have like 2 lava darts, so I have to like block all of these things if I have the option to. Because otherwise I'm potentially dead in like in 2 turns, or if they had like a really good like couple cards in hand, they could have potentially killed me in 1 turn. So black and green? What the fuck is this all about? I don't know why you're doing that. Unless you have like... What are you using it? Or does it not matter? Prismatic Ending. Oh my god. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it was not over. Like, we actually are dead now. I don't have a force for this because I didn't leave in forces. What a fucking sideboard card. Like, the mono red deck getting Prismatic Ending on 4 is just insane. But, like, look at this. Our scenario is now that we are getting attacked. We can block 5 of the... No, we can't block any of this. We actually are just, like, literally dead. I mean, I was not prepared for this. Like, I don't think that there was any reasonable way that I could have prepared, like, to play around that. Nothing that I do was gonna like prevent that from killing us. But they are definitely, yeah. This is what I mean. Like, you are never safe against prowess. Never. No matter how many Sveiluns or Master Waves or whatever you think you have, it is not safe. They have like a bajillion cards that like they can play that you just are not expecting. So, all right. I mean, it was a 3-2. It wasn't terrible, and like, I think the first match that we played, like, very easily could have gone in our favor. The last one was probably not going to, though, so we were close to, like, 4-1-ing with this list. I have to say, I was pretty impressed with Prismatic Ending. I think this card was actually very good in this list. I don't know. There was a couple points, maybe Rest in Peace, like, against the Prowess deck, like, in Game 2 could have been a little bit better. Otherwise, like, I think most of these cards are fine here. Like, we didn't see like a lot of like the artifact decks though, so we didn't get to see like, you know, the Cursed Totem or the Stony Silence really do a whole lot. But I thought this was pretty good. I think I might play this again on Sunday when I'm doing next week's stuff. Yeah, I don't. I really do like how we can play Chalice on 1. And then not just like lock ourselves out of our removal, because we can just pay extra mana for X to get through the Chalice. So we can still exile a 1-drop with Prismatic Ending and not, you know, get it countered by Chalice. That's nice. But otherwise, like, I think this was fine. The Reejereys definitely could be something else in this slot too. There you have there's options for this. I think these are okay. Because I don't like taking Chalice up to 3 for like Svyelun and then not having other stuff to do with the Chalice on 3, but when we board in Master, at least we have something else we can tick it up towards. I think overall it was pretty fine though. 10 Lords is pretty good, so. Yeah, the fact that like the Prowess deck also got to 4 mana like at all is just pretty impressive. I agree with that. I don't know. I don't think I would really change too much. Like I said, the one Triome, like, it came into play tapped in like 1 game on turn 1, which was kind of a pain. But like, I think being able to exile and Snaring Bridge with this Prismatic Ending is very good. So, yeah, I think that's fine. I don't know that I wouldn't play a basic Plains though. I think that would be a little bit too much. You could like. Maybe in some world, like, you sideboard a basic Plains if you know you're going up against, like, Blood Moon decks, and then that way your Prismatic Ending can actually exile a Blood Moon, because you can have, like, blue, white, and then red. I don't think that we're there yet. I think that this is probably okay. We have 20 lands here. That works pretty well. You know, maybe we don't need the 2 counterspells, since we are already relying on, like, Chalice and Force, but... this could potentially be something else, but I think overall, like, I was pretty happy with this. So, you know, we were just under like 3 hours for this stream. It's not too bad. With no, yeah, like I mean, it's possible you could run a basic Plains, but like, I already like am on 4 basic islands, and because I wanted the extra cavern, so I don't think that we need it, but I've done stuff like that when I've played like paper at my local store, where like I would play like Burn, except like with my Blood Moon in the sideboard, I would also have like one basic Plains for my Arid Mesas defined, so that I could still cast like Lightning Helixes and stuff, and like people never saw that shit coming. So yeah, it's definitely like you could like sideboard a basic Plains or something if you know that you are going into like a very Moon heavy meta. Because, yeah, this card actually gets rid of Moon, which is nice, so... I just don't think... Yeah, I agree. I don't think we need it at the moment. So, yeah, this list... I think that it warrants more testing. Like I said, I think this is definitely one of the most powerful cards that we've seen, like, come out of Modern Horizons 2. And, yeah, as you saw, like, the Prowess deck just used our own tech against us. It was brutal. Like... They're not. Normally they would play something like Path to Exile just to get rid of Master Waves. No, not anymore. They're on Prismatic Ending just because the flexibility is just insane. They can actually get rid of Chalice of the Void too, so it can kind of take the slot of like Abrade and also Path to Exile on their list. So yeah, because they can also use it to get rid of stuff like Ariok Champion or was it Sanctifier and Vex, all stuff like that. So. Super versatile card. You can play it with Teferi. I don't think that you necessarily need Teferi to make it good though. But yeah, I like I said, I think that this is a list that I'm interested to play with more. So we'll have to see how it does, but I have high hopes for this. Like the white also has a lot of really powerful sideboard cards. Like, you know, these kind of cards are very good. If like the metagame changes in this, what the fuck happened over here? Like this is all ridiculous, going crazy. Yeah, if the metagame changes, like there's a ton of other useful cards that you can. There we go. Yeah, you can see like some of the other stuff, like you know, there's Ariok Champions and Firewalkers. Skyclave Apparition is also still. I think this card's still fine, but like Prismatic Ending's probably eating into its meta slot a little bit. Like even maybe like Ley Lines or something, or like Burnt and Forged. There's a bajillion cards, you know, that blue-white gets to play that really strong sideboard stuff. So I like it. Probably play with it more. Probably still need. I think I need to get a set of these in paper. I have like one that's not foil. So I hope everybody had a good time. I don't have time to play another league though, because in just about 2 hours from now I'm going to be going and doing Bearded Ramblings. So they're going and doing a podcast, and I think they have Landon Knoll on them with them tonight, so that should be interesting. He's a really smart guy, and I'm looking forward to that a lot. So I'll tweet out a link when that's starting, so you should definitely come and check that out. That's going to be fun. And then tomorrow I'm going to be starting the Final Fantasy V 4-job Fiesta. So I already picked the class, or I rolled the classes already, so we could do some planning for it, but it's going to be my first time ever playing Final Fantasy V, and we're doing it for the charity thing, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And if you've been watching me play Dark Souls with Armchair General and my other friend Yarok the Gamer, Yarok is going to be playing Final Fantasy V with me on stream, so you should come check that out. It'll be 2 o'clock Eastern Central Time, or I'm sorry, Eastern Standard Time, yeah, on Saturday. That'll be fun. And like I said, tonight, Bearded Ramblings will be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, the next couple days I'm going to be pretty busy doing a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, this was fun. Like I said, I'll probably play this list again for next week's content in my channel. Hopefully nothing serious comes up and I will have time to do it this week. Yeah, I was driving for like 7 hours on Sunday, so I did not have time to like record videos then. So that's why we're doing this today. And I am off today too. Normally I don't get to like play Magic during these hours, but since it's a holiday weekend, I actually have off, so we can make this happen. So I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I appreciate everybody coming out and watching and hanging out in the chat with me. So, you know what? I should here. So, yeah. So you can actually see like the deck here. Yeah, I just realized that the chat was covering it up a little bit. So yeah, that's all I got. Everybody take it easy, and yeah, like I said, come hang out with us at 5 o'clock. I'll tweet the link out, so take it easy, everybody.